Picture yourself on a quiet, empty road, and suddenly you spot a rusted military truck. It looks like nothing you have ever seen before. Even today, World War II trucks are still being discovered, worn by time and wrapped in mystery, with questions like, how did it get here? What year was it built? And what mission did it serve? During the war, moving supplies was just as vital as fighting on the battlefield. That need pushed engineers to create some truly unusual solutions, including off-standard builds and experimental designs. The result was a lineup of vehicles with rare layouts, strange shapes, and stories that only true military vehicle fans ever uncover. Are you ready to explore the most unusual World War military trucks ever found since the war ended? Stay with us, because the final one on this list will completely amaze you with where and how it was discovered. Dodge WC62 6x6. Dodge WC62 6x6, built between 1942 and 1945 by Dodge in the United States, the WC62 was one of the more rugged versions of the famed WC series of tactical military vehicles. It was developed in response to the growing need for troop transport trucks with increased load capacity and improved off-road performance, especially as the Allies launched campaigns across Europe and the Pacific. It came with an inline six-cylinder engine, displacing 3.8 Ls or 230 cubi-in, producing around 92 horsepower with torque tuned for low-end power, perfect for steep climbs and muddy terrain. It had a 4-speed manual transmission with a low-range gear, and its 6x6 drivetrain turned the WC62 into a highly capable off-road machine. The suspension used leaf springs on all axles, a simple but sturdy design. It fit the utilitarian style of the time: flab body panels, tall fenders, deep-treaded tires, and a canvas-covered open rear. They could carry up to 12 fully equipped soldiers, or about 1.5 tons of cargo. The WC62 saw extensive use in key operations like the Normandy landings, the North African campaign, and the Italian front, earning a reputation as one of the most versatile vehicles in its class. A nearly identical version, the WC63 came equipped with a front-mounted winch, ideal for light recovery and field rescues. Decades after the war, a WC62 was found deep in rural Belgium, tucked away in an old farm shed, overgrown with vines and surrounded by farming tools. Found that surprising? The next truck crossed half the globe and ended up somewhere even more unexpected. Studebaker US6. Studebaker US6, produced between 1941 and 1945 by Studebaker in the United States. The US6 was one of the most important trucks in America's wartime logistics effort. Though most of its story unfolded far from the battlefields of Western Europe, it was developed specifically for the Lend-Lease program, which supplied vehicles and resources to Allied nations, especially the Soviet Union. The US6 was powered by a Hercules JXD inline six-cylinder engine with 5.7 liters of displacement, producing about 94 horsepower. The torque output was smooth and reliable, ideal for prolonged operations across difficult terrain. It had a 5-speed manual transmission with low-range gearing, and the 6x6 drivetrain came standard in versions sent to harsher climates. Its suspension used tough, semi-elliptical leaf springs, built for durability and ease of maintenance. At over 20 feet long with a steel cab, reinforced frame, and a wooden cargo bed with removable side panels, the US6 was a vehicle designed for pure efficiency and endurance. It was widely used for transporting troops, ammunition, fuel, food, and even disassembled artillery, especially on front lines where infrastructure barely existed. Over 150,000 units were delivered to the Soviet Union, where the truck became affectionately known as the Stutter. Even after the war, many of these trucks were absorbed into Soviet civilian use. That's why decades later, one was rediscovered in a rural barn near Irkutsk, Siberia, buried under planks and olds. The truck had been used for storage and only identified after a group of local collectors cleared the area. What made it even more fascinating, on the dashboard, hand-carved Cyrillic markings were still visible, likely made by a Red Army driver who had spent months behind the wheel during the war. Think that's an odd find? Wait until you see what's next. Mack No. 7 and a 5 tons 6x6. Built between 1940 and 1945 by Mack Trucks, the No. 7 and a 5 tons 6x6 was a heavy-duty artillery prime mover, engineered to haul oversized weapons like 155mm howitzers and long-range field guns. This wasn't a fast vehicle. It was designed for brute strength and battlefield resilience. Under the hood was a Mack EY inline 6-cylinder six-cylinder engine, displacing a massive 707 cub-in, or about 11.6 liters. It produced roughly 170 horsepower, with a torque curve that was all about moving weight. The 5-speed manual transmission was paired with a heavy-duty low-range transfer case, giving it raw pulling power across any terrain. The truck featured a 6x6 drivetrain and reinforced leaf spring suspension that delivered stability even when towing extremely heavy loads. Visually, the Mack N was a beast. A long, tall hood, oversized fenders, an armored-looking steel cab, and massive military tires. At idle, the engine produced a deep, growling rumble that screamed raw power. During the war, it saw heavy use across Western Europe, and it also served in the Pacific theater, tasked with moving critical weapons and equipment. One remarkable example was found decades later in the forests of southern Romania. In an area so remote, it took a team of enthusiasts to trace old wartime transport routes to locate it. Partially buried in mud, only the upper cab was visible. Even more shocking, a tree had grown up beside the truck and bent one of the doors as it matured. Proof that the Mack had been sitting untouched for decades. Inside, original Mack branding, a speedometer still marked in miles per hour, and tools scattered across the floor confirmed the vehicle's identity. A heavy-duty relic that endured, frozen in time. Tatra 111 6x6. Get ready, because up next is a European-built machine so far ahead of its time, it stayed in production for more than 2 decades after the war. Tatra 111 6x6. Originally produced in 1942 in Nazi-occupied Czechoslovakia, the Tatra 111 was an ambitious engineering project commissioned by Germany to improve logistics across extreme terrains. The manufacturer Tatra, already known for its innovative designs, developed a heavy-duty truck with such advanced features that it remained in production for over 2 decades after the war, serving countries throughout the Soviet bloc until the 1960s. Its standout feature was the air-cooled V12 diesel engine with 14.8 liters of displacement, generating around 210 horsepower. Air cooling in a truck of that size was rare at the time, but it made the Tatra 111 far more reliable in cold climates like mountains and frozen plains. It had a 5-speed manual transmission with a low-range gearbox, full 6x6 all-wheel drive, an independent swing axle suspension, a Tatra innovation that gave it exceptional off-road performance. The Tatra 111 could cross shallow rivers, deep mud, and thick snow without modification. Visually, it was a striking machine. The low, long hood contrasted with a narrow, angular cab built for rapid production and protection. Measuring over 26 feet long and weighing more than 13 tons, the Tatra had a presence that couldn't be ignored. Its diesel V12 gave off a rhythmic, industrial-sounding hum, more like a power plant than a transport truck. During the war, it served primarily on cold and mountainous fronts, transporting fuel, ammunition, heavy parts, and even light tanks in some cases. After the war, it became a standard utility vehicle across Eastern Europe. Used in mining, construction, and forestry, one of these remarkable trucks was found decades later in an abandoned sawmill in Slovakia, buried under cut timber and old tools. It had last been used in the 1970s as a makeshift generator for a mechanical hoist. The most surprising detail, its engine still turned over and the clutch was stuck in neutral. A local engineer who inspected it claimed it could likely be restored with only minimal intervention, even after more than 40 years sitting idle. Scammell Pioneer R100. Think that's wild? The next truck wasn't just powerful, it was designed to tow tanks, and it didn't even use conventional tires. Scammell Pioneer R100. Designed in the late 1930s by British manufacturer Scammell, the Pioneer R100 was one of the most distinctive trucks in the British Army during World War II. It broke away from conventional designs of the time. Large, slow, awkward on pavement, but absolutely essential in rough or off-road conditions. The R100 was a 6x4 military variant, built for hauling heavy artillery, recovering damaged vehicles, and transporting large equipment across combat zones. It was powered by a Gardner 6LW, an inline 6-cylinder diesel engine with 8.3 liters of displacement, producing around 102 horsepower. The output may sound modest, but the engine delivered high torque at low RPM, perfect for brute force tasks requiring control and traction. It had a 6-speed manual transmission, with the first and second gears extremely short, designed for hill starts while fully loaded. Although only the rear axles were driven, the wide tires and reinforced semi-elliptic leaf spring spring suspension gave it excellent off-road capability. Visually, it stood out from a distance. A forward-set cab, tall and exposed fenders, open chassis, and a massive rear bed equipped with metal rails and supports. Its tall stance and upright front gave it an almost theatrical silhouette on the battlefield. The Pioneer saw action in multiple theaters from North Africa to Western Europe, recovering tanks, towing howitzers, and transporting oversized loads. It was often deployed just behind the front lines, sometimes under fire, performing critical recovery missions. Years after the war, one of these trucks resurfaced in a stone barn in rural Scotland, where it had been used for decades as a support frame to store wood and animal feed, leaning against a wall covered in tarps and rusted chains. It had been forgotten until a local enthusiast recognized its unique design. The most surprising discovery, the manual starting crank was still mounted on its original bracket, a rare item even for military museums. M3 half-track. It's these little details that reveal how some machines quietly carry the weight of history. Up next, a half-truck, half-tank hybrid that broke all design conventions of the era. M3 half-track. Introduced by the United States in 1941, the M3 half-track was one of the most versatile and iconic vehicles of the American war effort. It combined the best of both worlds, front wheels for maneuverability and rear tracks for traction, creating a hybrid solution that could move troops across nearly any terrain. It used a white 16X inline 6-cylinder engine with 6.3 liters of displacement, producing around 147 horsepower. The torque was ideal for transport and moderate pulling. The 4-speed manual transmission with low-range gearing powered the rear tracks, while steering was handled by the front wheels. The front suspension used semi-elliptical leaf springs, while the track assembly rode on bogie wheels, which helped absorb impacts over uneven terrain. Its steel body offered partial protection for the crew and could carry up to 13 armed soldiers, plus gear and mounted weapons. It was deployed across multiple theaters: North Africa, Western Europe, and the Pacific. It was a children used by the US and other Allied forces. Some variants were fitted with Browning 50 caliber machine guns, turning the M3 into a mobile fire support platform. Its performance in harsh climates and tactical flexibility made it indispensable. The most fascinating story came years later, when a surviving M3 was found at an abandoned airfield in Tunisia. The area had once been a temporary supply base during the North African campaign. The half-track was half buried near the ruins of a makeshift hangar, with parts of its tracks still visible. For decades, its cab had served as a makeshift shelter for local shepherds. Faded on the side was the inscription "Baston Express," possibly referencing its reassignment to the European front. Stories like this prove that even technical hybrids can carry battlefield memories far beyond their mechanical function.